and help me welcome to the stage Karine Kazan.
Where to start, guys? Where to start? I got fat. I don't know what happened. I know what happened. I didn't exactly skip a meal. You know what I mean? I guess it's true what they say. Your metabolism slows down in your 40s. And I suppose my lifestyle caught up with me. Like, who knew years of eating my feelings and drinking my feelings and maybe sometimes snorting my feelings would have an impact. But here we are. And I'm in complete denial that it happened. Because the other night I was walking home alone, and I thought someone was following me. Turned out to be my own ass. I know, I didn't even believe it. I had to put my hand on my ass and walk a little. And I was like, oh, mystery solved. And I'm cheap and I have no dignity. So, I'm squeezing into everything with no shame. But I'm not taking it too far because I was squeezing into me Spanx and a big old chunk of Spanx ripped off. I know, I didn't even believe it. I can't believe that I broke my own Spanx. I didn't think you could do that, you know, Kim Kardashian. But you know what I did next? I blamed it on the Chinese. I was like, must be made in China. It was a visceral reaction. I'm dating. Dating in your 40s is turning out to be hilariously practical. Okay? Because now when a guy tells me he's got a job with benefits, I'm like, ooh. He got my attention. Like, what are we talking about here? Like full comprehensive or just mental and orthotic? I mean, I'll take either. I'm not greedy. Sometimes I use my culture in the dating scene. Like if I don't want someone to touch me, I'm like, stop! I just had a bunch of garlic. I'm Middle Eastern. You don't want any of this. It's disgusting. Or if I'm seducing someone, I'm like, look, I'm Lebanese. We can't lose our virginity or have a kid out of wedlock. So that means you can only fuck me in my ass. Terrible. I come from a good family. Oh man. I don't find dating in my 40s stressful. You know when it was stressful? When it was a horny Catholic schoolgirl in the Middle East before the internet. Like, I'll be honest, guys, I've lost my virginity so many times. I can't really remember who I lost it to. All I know is I got better at losing it every single time. I deserve an Academy Award. One thing I won't do, though, is live with someone. And I'll preface this by saying, like, look, I used to be one of those assholes who always talk to their exes. It's like, you know what? I used to stick my finger in your ass a lot. Like, how do you stop talking to someone after that? Easily, actually. Yeah, so we were living together and we decided to break up. Wonderful, right? But we decided to practice conscious uncoupling. And I don't know if people know what that is, but when a couple decides to break up and be friends at the same time, wonderful in theory, awful in practice, and not for the reasons that you think. Because we're being so nice to each other as per the rules. I was like, this motherfucker's never gonna move out. So to figure out ways to keep it focused. Then I realized all I gotta do is talk about my feelings all the time. Morning coffee, we didn't talk. Watching the game at night, leaves. It's like, I have a question. Because it turns out, what's worse for a guy than his girlfriend talking about her feelings? It's his ex-girlfriend talking about her feelings. Didn't take long after that. Woo! I am a bit of a cultural unicorn, not in the porno sense. Close. I'm in my 40s, Catholic, from the Middle East, divorced with no kids. Yeah, I dodged the baby bullet. No regrets coming out of this vagina. Pew! Pew, pew. For me, what's amazing about the sitch is the fact that my urge to be a mother was overpowered by my urge to be lazy. Because let's face it, being a mom is not for lazy people, right? Like if I had a kid right now, my kid came up to me and said, "Hey mom, I'm hungry, I want a sandwich." I'd be like, "Me too, kid." What are we gonna do about it? Survival skills what I want, motherfucker. Get your own sandwich. I feel like I'm the mom I always wanted as a kid, but was too scared to have. You know what I mean? We all know someone who was raised by a mom like me. We know how it turns out. No, I know what you're thinking. But she's got all the markings of childbirth. Student observation, everyone. But that's just cocaine, weed, and same effect. Minus the baggage. There's some chicks out there like me. I live in Toronto, which means I can't afford rent, which means I have roommates, which is fine for the most part, but sometimes it gets a little fucked up. Like I had one roommate come home with the scabies. I don't mean to be a racist, but she was a European hippie. Anyways, I didn't even know what scabies were. I'm like, what is this, some kind of Victorian disease? What am I supposed to do, eat some oranges? Turns out, it's a highly infectious flea. I invited my ex over. I was like, this is the closest I'll ever get to giving him an STD. Don't feel sorry for him. It was like the Woodstock 99 of relationships. He deserved it. My roommate now, I was excited about her, but it slowly started sinking in. I might have cock-blocked myself. The woman is stunning. I don't know if you can tell, but I come from a long line of short, hardy mountain women. I was a catch back in the day, you know, when we were fighting for basic necessities. I gotta fit me in a condo. Not the same thing. She's cool too. She asked me where she could park her bike. I was like, oh, bike rack behind the house. She goes, no, my motorcycle. And that's when it hit me. I just turned myself into a chubby-little sidekick. So no offense, honey, but someone might catch a bad case of the scabies. No offense. Nope. Nothing personal, but everyone's the star of their own movie, you know what I'm saying? So guys, there's one thing to be fat, broke, and middle-aged. There's another thing to be all three in Lebanese too. I'm sure a lot of cultures can relate, right? Yeah, even on their deathbed, Lebanese people don't care to go out on a high note. It's like, I'm dying, but here's what's wrong with you. Very big on free advice, you know what I'm saying? So I went to see my 83-year-old Lebanese dad, and as per the usual, I chronically lied to him. I'm like, yeah, you know, I've got a great job, I've got a great boyfriend, who has a great job with benefits. And you know what he tells me? He was like, well, you better marry him then, because let's face it, you reached the expiration date. I was like, did you just say that, old man? Just kidding, he still scares the shit out of me. But I tried to fix it. He was like, expired, but not really expired, just to be on the safe side. That's it. Awful. Actually, I called him last night. The first thing he says to me is like, what are you going to do with your life? And I was like, dude, I'm 45, you're 85. I think it's a little too late to be asking that question for the both of us. You know what I'm saying? Anywho, I do have a boyfriend actually. It's amazing, guys. He loves that I'm Lebanese. He loves that I'm from Scarborough, and if you don't know where Scarborough is, it's a bit of a rough neighborhood. I know, he thinks like he can go to war with me. He's like, I can hold my own. He's not wrong. Yeah, he keeps telling people he's never had a girlfriend and a bodyguard at the same time. All right. Fine. Okay, I'll leave you with this joke. Guys, so a lot of bad shit's going on right now. Like for me, for instance, I had a fuck buddy die on me. Not on me, which would have been amazing, having someone come and die at the same time. Fucking listening to No, he was amazing. He gave me my first toe job. You know what it feels like for a girl with size 10 wides to have a man make love to her foot? Point is, he was a good one. So the problem with losing a fuck buddy is that when you start reminiscing about all the good times we used to have, it's all the nasty shit that we used to do to each other. Like, is it bad I got wet at a funeral? Hold your judgment, it gets worse. I actually went home and jerked off to him. Twice! I come from a good family, I was equally as horrified. But then I was like, wait a minute, he's a guy. This is amazing. This is like what he would have wanted, you know? It's like we had our own celebration of life. Basically, I gave him a happy ending. Woo!